All right, so what we got going on the old 63 today is we got this truck running good, and we got it to even take gear. It's a manual transmission. It'll go forward and reverse, but it will not go forward and reverse. It literally jerks back and forth. We've tried jacking it up on that side and put it in gear to free this rear end up. It wouldn't work. We tried cutting the emergency brake, which was junk anyway up front at the handle. It wouldn't work. These are literally stuck on. I'm sorry I'm out of breath, but we've been doing everything but beating the heck out of it just to get it freed up so we can drive it down the barn and park it for a little bit until our financial situation gets a little bit better in a couple of weeks, months, whatever, after the holidays, and I can put a little more money and time into it. So for today, we're going to try to get the rest of this here off. I didn't want to film the whole thing. No offense, it's taking us probably 20 minutes to get this off. I could have cut it off and bought new stuff anyway. I kind of wanted just to see what was wrong with it. So if I busted it, I couldn't see anything inside of it once that was busted and broken. I did see a spring down here that's failed from the adjuster, and some more adjuster things going, I think. It's just been done. It's been sitting 30 something years. So that being said, we're going to try to get the rest of it off now, which you see it's on there, but it's coming off finally. So maybe we can get this off, and then we'll move on to something else. But I'd like for him to learn how to drive on this truck. I don't really care about the brakes, so to speak, on the back of this right now. Again, we're just trying to move it on the property under its own power. Make a video on that, you know. So bear with me as this rusted brake drum hopefully comes off soon. Turn this over. I'm trying to get cut on the rust or anything either. There's something going on, everybody. Here we go. The brake shoe's coming with it. I tried to get behind it earlier to get the brake shoe off on its own without binding up in the brake. There it goes. And maybe, just maybe, it'll come off. Whew, there it is. There it is. Stay tuned, and oh yes, you're stuck to it. Some of it stuck to it literally. Look at it. See that, bud? Brakes were stuck to it. So all this will be redone anyway, and then we'll be able to free up the other side or so and hopefully save this old rear end. Man, oh man, what a chore this was. So as you've seen earlier in the other clip, this brake pad is just, sorry about that, it's just done. It was stuck to the drum there. Again, I don't know if I'll be replacing that drum in general or putting disc on the back of this or putting a rear end in it. It's literally, like I told you guys, a budget project. It's rough. It was a manual transmission truck, or it is a manual transmission truck, and I'd like for my son to learn on it. There's a lot we're going to do to it. We're going to do probably a 3.5 drop on it, a static drop. Maybe one day do some airbags, I hope, but not for a while. It's not really my thing, but I would like to drop it on down and put some nice wheels on it. So I don't know if I'm going to do a 15 or what. But anyway, I'm going to get a picture of all this right here so I can know how it goes back together. Yeah, I understand some of you may know how it works, and but I'm not too up on drum brakes minus adjusting them and such. I've done my fair share of them, but I'm just not up on it like some people are. Excuse me, I'll being out of breath, but long story short, let's get this thing tore apart. All right, so we got the brake shoes and such off. We like to use chain lube. Show them what you got. It's chain wax right here. Yep, chain wax. Okay. And we like to use it on nuts and bolts and such for lubricant. So anyway, that stuff's off. We're going to try to get the rest of this emergency brake undone, cut off something, and then go to the other side, get the other side freed up, and then put the drum back on, hopefully just enough to get it to roll around. That'd be perfect for us. What do you think?
It'll work.
Yeah, it'll work. And then we'll catch you back soon. All right, so as you see, we've went forward a little bit. Hang on a second, leave it right there. Tighten it. Yep, there you go. That boy knows everything, boy. I'll tell you what, that's my son. Yeah, anyway, we're going to try to get a little air in this tire here soon. And we're going to go to the other side and get it freed up. And now this side spins, etc. And then I even also made sure, yeah, this is a crap job. I don't know if you can see it. Let me get up under here. I also took the pumpkin cover off, differential cover, whatever you want to call it, and checked all that stuff. I've got more royal purple, I think, in the garage. Royal purple. I'll say it right in a minute. And I'll refill it with that because that's just what I have to use. Before we try to move it here in a little while, I've sprayed the universal joints down and such. That way, in case I ever take them off, as you see, it's a little discolored right there. And that's all that is. I sprayed most of the brake line stuff. You can't see it hardly, I don't think. I sprayed all that stuff down. Same with this one. I sprayed all these and soaked them all before I even decided to mess with it. And guess what? It still didn't matter. It's still stuck. So we're going to go this side here, get this one unstuck, and then we're going to try to let him drive it down the barn down there and park it for a couple weeks. And try and think what else I can say here. I don't know. So bear with us, and we'll see if we can get this thing up and moving and running enough to get him down there and parked and backed in and let her sit in her spot so we could, excuse me, so we can get it out of the front of the house here. It's sitting right here in my front driveway area, and I got a long driveway, but I don't like it in my yard like this. So not least until it's lower, nice wheels, and looks like it's supposed to be here. So, all right, guys, stay tuned. We'll be back. All right, so we're back on the 63 C10 on the driver's side. 20 minutes later from doing the passenger side, we got this side off. Also, brakes are stuck to it. Go figure. So let's get the rest of these brakes removed and get this chunk and stuff cleaned up. Put some fluid in it, gasket stuff on it, whatever, and see if we can get this turd to move today. Stay with us.
I'll see you inside. You want anything?
No, I'm good, buddy. Thank you. All right, so here we go. Let me get my camera clean. This side's back on. She moves now. Perfect, right? Yep. Rear end sounds okay. I've got the Permatex on the rear end here. Don't judge it. I'm kind of went overboard on some things, whatever. Cleaned it out. Cleaned the pumpkin area. Made sure it was good to go. And this side's back on. We'll air these tires up here shortly. I got a gas jar there with a hose running into it because of course the fuel line's rotted, right? And so I guess I'll probably put some gas in this jug and then the hose in it running inside the cab. I'll sit there while he drives it down to the barn shortly. Maybe that'll take care of it. I'd like to get some of this black off of this because it's originally an orange truck. Let's see what we can come up with. I did use a little wire wheeling, clean a lot of that up, but we'll see. Stay tuned. This is his first time driving a stick shift. I got idled up a little high right now for him. Look at you, man. Shee, buddy. How cool. Ain't got no brakes though. Awesome.